Hey everyone, this is Socially Hawkward. My name is Coons, and with me is Jason
Hello.
and Jeffrey.
Hello.
I think we should. You guys want to start with Dallas, Nashville? We're gonna recap all the games that we didn't, all the game sevens that we didn't hit last week,
That was a game sets.
all the matchups that ended after our episode last week. Dallas versus Nashville. I got it right, the only one. The rest of them were all.
The only correct prediction of your terrible, terrible bracket.
Oh God,
Spoilers,
it could not be any worse.
Well, I'm happy that Dallas won.
It was one of the matchups that I was just kind of like, meh. I didn't really care who won or lost, but I like Dallas a little
you
bit.
picked Boston to win. That's the other one.
Oh, you did pick Boston. There you go.
Gross.
Because you had two, right? Like I did.
What were your two?
Boston and Islanders. Boom. I got the Islanders right.
I wish I picked Islanders.
I mean, I got the Islanders right, too. And I got Boston right.
Hey, you know what? Tommy got them all wrong. So
And I got Colorado right. And I got Dallas right.
Tommy showed more skill than you did.
The fact that someone was able to get all of them wrong, that's...
That's impressive,
Well, to
actually.
be
Insane.
fair, did he pick every favorite though? Every higher
No,
seed?
because Boston was the upper seed.
That one though.
Islanders were the
He
higher
picked
seed.
He Vegas, even though San Jose was the higher
San Jose
seed.
was the
Let's
higher
be
seed.
honest.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas was the higher seed in that one.
It was still 3 and 5 for...
He picked Nashville, Winnipeg, both higher seeds. He picked Tampa Bay, higher seed. He picked Toronto, lower seed. He picked Washington, higher seed. He picked Pittsburgh, technically lower seed. In reality, though, everyone picked Pittsburgh.
I didn't pick Pittsburgh.
I didn't either, but most people picked Pittsburgh. So the two he got wrong that were lower seeds were kind of considered higher seeds. And he got screwed in Vegas, though, to be fair. So
Didn't we all?
Yes, we did.
They were my second. They were my backup.
But it's just, as a Blackhawks fan, it's great to see Nashville lose in the first round.
Just need St. Louis next.
Yep.
Yeah, I was
After
I was
that, I
really
don't
mad
care.
that St. Louis won.
I wouldn't mind seeing Boston lose just so they don't have too much success in this decade.
But Nashville they basically have no scoring. All those trades they made in the deadline did not help them.
Nope.
I don't remember what trades they made.
They got
Who did
Granlund,
it?
they got Wayne Simmons.
To be fair, though, like
That might
I
be
like
it.
Granlund, but I mean he's not really.
He was a 60-point per game
Yeah, he's a good. Yeah, he's
or
a
60
scorer
point
for sure. He's
per
not.
season player.
But when you're Nashville, who like needs scoring, it's not like he's gonna solve your scoring.
Unless you're
issue.
putting him on the first line.
And Wayne Simmons, I like him. He's not someone who I think, scorer.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, you're picking a typical Nashville player. Like, he's a hard on the body player. Like, but yeah, well, I don't really care about that series besides Whatchamajit losing.
But so for Nashville, Yossi needs a contract next year.
Wait, what?
Yossi,
How old is he? 27, 28?
I want to say 26, 27. I don't think he's 28. But with Subban making $9 million a year,
I mean, Yossi should be making more. Yossi's their number one.
I feel like Yossi should be making $9 million.
What's you?
Subban should be making like
I don't.
$7 million.
I'm just saying, Yossi. He's not. No, he's still got another year.
Oh, you got one more year. Okay.
He's only making $4 million,
Yeah.
and he's 28 right now.
Yep. Oh, he's 28.
His
Jesus.
birthday is June, so he's about to turn 29.
Oh wow.
So he'll be 30 when his next contract is signed, probably.
So you think he ever gets his money that he deserves? Isn't 30 kind of the age you stop getting paid?
He
I don't think he should get I mean, unless you're Seabrook.
I mean,
But no, I don't think they should sign him to a long-term deal.
Siebert was never a number one defenseman, to be fair.
He got paid like one.
Yeah, right.
That's not what I was asking. That's what I'm saying. Yossi's actually a number one defenseman.
I'm just saying Seabrook got paid after he was 30 already.
Yeah. You think Yossi will or won't?
I don't think he should, but he might.
By Nashville?
Yeah.
So Nashville does a dumb.
If they find a suitor for Subban, then
I mean, they always have defensemen in the freaking prospect pool. They
Mhm.
probably have one up and coming. I mean, they had Seth Jones. I mean, they
that was a
obviously-
mistake.
Yeah, seriously.
Seth
what
Jones
they
for
did-
Ryan
Oh, yeah,
Johansson.
was that a
Johansson
one for one?
sucks. Yep.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch. Because if they have him, they probably still make the Subban trade, because why wouldn't you? I don't know. It will definitely be very different, though.
Maybe they trade. Maybe it's not for Subban. Maybe it's for someone else, though. Maybe they trade Weber.
Imagine this blue line with Subban, Yossi, Seth Jones. That's 3 potential number one.
I mean, it's already crazy, though.
I was just gonna
Ellison
say that.
Ekholm.
I'll say Ellison. That's what I'm saying. I even get to them. In this setting, Ellison Ekholm are 4-5. And then I don't know who they're. Oh, and then they have
They do have a prospect, don't
yeah.
they?
Damn
Yep,
it.
that guy.
No, Toons should know him. He picked him up at one point.
I remember Girardi.
Girardi.
That's his name?
Gerard. It's actually Gerard. I think
Gerard.
they might
No,
have
they don't.
traded
They
him.
traded him
I
to
think they
traded him.
Colorado
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
I was getting there. I don't know why I went to
Just
tap
Yeah,
him
Samuel
later.
Girard's on Colorado right now.
No, I think they have another one, though, but they did have him. I think he was the one I was thinking of, to be fair, though.
Yeah, that's how they got Kyle Turris, who also sucks.
Yeah, geez, they're making terrible trades for offensive players.
They can't find. It's like they go for two-way forwards instead of like strictly
Right.
offensive forwards.
Burns them every time. They already have good defense. They don't need 2 ways.
No, I was definitely thinking of Gerard.
Who's on that? Who's the other? the sixth
Right
guy on
now
that
they
blue line?
have Hamus
Oh yeah, they have
and
Hamus, I know.
Fabro.
Fabro's good.
Is he? I don't
Yep.
recognize him.
They have Fabro and Fabry.
I already feel like we spent way too long on Nashville and Dallas.
That was
Just throwing it out there.
Well,
Fabro, yeah, he's 20 and he's on his rookie contract. Obviously, 2 more years after this year. Not good for them. Like I said, they always have defensemen waiting there.
That's what they don't need though.
That's what I'm saying, though. Imagine that blue line, though. 3 number 1 defensemen, and then 2 top 4 defensemen after that, and then
And still losing in like the second,
Yeah.
third round. Like
I mean, at that point, you probably just move Subban to wing, right?
at that
Right.
point, you trade someone for a forward.
They're gonna make a mistake and trade Subban for like Nylander or something.
What they need to do is
I don't think that'd be that much of a split.
they need to sign Duchesne in the offseason. Sign a scoring offensive centerman to pair with Forsberg and Arvidsson.
Having a good playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
Didn't
what they
expect
need to
that
do.
from him.
If he's available, that's what.
mean,
That's definitely
If
what.
you're gonna say sign Duchesne, you might as well just say sign Panarin.
No, I don't think they need a winger. I think they need a center.
I don't think they can really specify. I just think they need a scoring forward.
They have no centers.
They have Johansson. I'm not
They
saying
have-
Johansson's great.
They
but
have
he
like
is-
3 number 2 centers.
I feel like you're being generous with that.
Johansson.
Johansson's a shit number 1, but a
Bonino,
good
they
number
have too.
2.
It's definitely a
Torres
4.
is a decent number 3. I mean, but then they have Cizans and Bonino.
Cizans.
I don't know, but look at their wings. They got Forsberg, awesome. Arvidsson, all right. Like, I don't know what he's done this
He's
year,
good.
but he's supposed to be good. Granlund, all right. But then after that, it's just like, Yarncroc is supposed to be decent, but isn't he up there in age? I feel like he is.
I don't know.
I could be wrong on that for sure.
They got Austin Watson,
Yarn.
the wife beater.
Oh, yeah. He had a good, like, week. Yarncroc's 27.
That's pretty much all he played
1 week.
after his suspension was up.
I mean, he was good for that week.
Just beating everybody down.
Yeah, I mean, oh, that's right. They traded for Brian Boyle.
Cool.
That's weird.
Yeah, they definitely just
Yeah.
need forwards.
Yeah, I mean that's been their issue. Now, I guess Simmons was hurt. That's been their issue for how long now, though? I mean, that's no secret.
The fact that they went after Simmons, like of all teams,
they should have went for Panarin. They should have been.
He's not-
They should have. If they would have gotten Mark Stone, man.
yeah,
Man, he had a good playoffs. That ended way too early.
So Vegas lost a nice fair game. Definitely wasn't the worst call ever.
They definitely lost. I mean, I feel bad for Pavelski for sure,
I don't.
but it was just a freak accident.
Yeah, it was just.
I mean, I hope there's no. I like Pavelski, huge Pavelski fan.
Did you watch the game?
I watched.
Oh, you said you started when the.
I didn't see the
penalty.
penalty, but I watched. Like I started I turned it on and the penalty already happened. I'm like, wait, what's going on? And I saw the power play and everything, which oof,
It was a great game.
it's a great power play.
It was a great game. Vegas was destroying San Jose. Like
Yeah, I
it
got
was
text
only
message
3-0,
updates from you.
but it should have been like 6-0. But
It wasn't 3-0 for long.
then that stupid penalty that shouldn't even have been a penalty.
I mean, it could have been 2 minutes. That's fine.
But I don't know. It never gets called. So why would you call it this time?
Was that the cross check off the face-off?
Yeah.
We got him in the head,
But
Yeah,
he didn't hit him in the head.
shoulders.
High chest.
He hit him in the chest, and then he fell. He started falling awkwardly, but
And
then
like
Stastny
ran into him.
ran into him as he was falling.
Oh.
But it's just he hit his head and everything, and he was bleeding pretty bad.
His head
geez.
broke his fall though,
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
so the rest of him's good.
Yeah, it looked rough. I mean, it looked bad, but that's
I just don't understand because none of the refs called the penalty in
that
live.
was the second one too.
What do you mean?
That was the second penalty, both of which were called against Vegas. That no penalty was called during play.
But
They
afterwards,
paused play, and afterwards they all huddled up and were like, "So, anyone see anything?" And they were all probably like, "No, I didn't see shit." And they're like, "All right,
penalty.
penalty on Vegas." Nah, there were 2 that game, and they were both on Vegas.
Yeah, it was
One of
really
which was a
freaking
5-minute
bad.
major, which they scored 4 goals on.
Jesus.
And everyone's ripping on Vegas like, well, you guys shouldn't be so bad to let up 4 goals.
If you were watching the
On a
game,
5-on-4.
you were watching the game at this time. The second that first goal went in,
I got worried.
the audience or the
It was
crowd
San Jose, yeah.
was just flipped a fucking switch. They were the quietest crowd for an entire Game 7
I mean,
until
I didn't hear
that
it, I was
second.
like- oh yeah, when I was watching, it was loud.
It just freaking blew up.
That's crazy.
It was so
I mean,
quiet.
You have to definitely give credit to San Jose for capitalizing.
But once they scored that first goal, I'm like, fuck. It's
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
over. The Vegas lost.
I might have not went that far, but as soon as they scored the first goal, I'm like,
No.
I saw him like, I'd be worried. I'm worried.
said it. I was sitting with Mom. I'm like, hey, Vegas just lost. Like they're not.
I mean,
With how crazy the crowd was, how psyched San Jose was to get that one goal. Like that it was just obvious.
I think it was, what was it? Was it?
I was more surprised. I wasn't surprised that they scored 3 more times after that. I was more surprised when Vegas tied it
Yeah, I was very
with less
surprised
than a
by
minute
that.
left.
I think it was Couture, Meyer, Couture, LeBlanc.
LeBlanc had
It was
4.
either Couture, Meyer, Couture, or it was Meyer, Couture.
LeBlanc
Meyer.
had an assist on all 3 other goals.
Yeah,
too.
he had 4
He had
points.
four power play
I don't know
points.
about the game winner though.
Game winner was
I don't remember the game winner. Actually.
Sorensen.
Yeah, it was. I think.
It was a nice move.
I don't remember honestly.
He was the only.
I might have
because it was at
fallen
the.
as-
It was at
it
the
was
end of the first
second overtime.
It was the second. No, it was first.
Was it first? I don't know.
The
I
last minute
remember
of the first overtime.
those games were start late. I think I might. Have
He was
fallen
the
asleep.
only guy that got no playing time, so he was not tired
Fresh.
at all.
No,
I
And
remember
he
what
went
it
right
was.
around the defense and deked out.
I remember
Fleury.
what it was. It was late, but Milo, my puppy, was sick and had diarrhea, and I got mad because I had to let him out, and I let him out for 30 minutes for him to do nothing, then come inside and poop, and I missed all of
Oh, that sucks.
all of overtime. So, that
So
was fun.
it's great and all for San Jose, like go you, but even the NHL came out and
did
apologized.
they?
Yeah, you didn't
That
see
doesn't
that?
help. I mean, it
The
doesn't
NHL
matter.
legitimately said they apologized for the officiating in Game 7 and admitted that the 5-minute major was the wrong call.
Okay, reverse the call and give Vegas the win then. I dare you. That's the only thing you can do to make it up. I mean,
The other
you
thing,
apologizing means nothing.
Right?
the other thing they did was say that the 2 refs from that game that made the call will not ref any farther into the playoffs.
How about never ref again in the NHL?
But I mean, that's a big punishment for refs because they get
They probably pay a good amount,
18,000
yeah.
per round. I think it said.
How much do refs make, like,
Oh, they make a good
annually?
good amount. That's
Right?
not.
Do they get paid six figures?
They don't have to.
They have to,
They don't
right?
have to work an off-season job. Let's say that.
They get paid six figures, right?
I think so. Like I said, he got 18. They get 18,000 per round in the playoffs.
That's the one thing too, which
So if you're coaching, or if you're referenced to the final, that's 4 rounds.
really quick though, like,
That's almost 80 grand.
so they made good money. Like, I'm just hoping they made six. I'm not hoping they made six figures. I'm thinking they made six figures and thinking that's a lot of money. Why is it that, like, there's a whole outcry? This is completely switching topics, by the way. I don't know why.
I was
started
gonna say
thinking
I
about
had
this.
more, but
No, we'll go back. This is a good 5-minute sidetrack. Why is it that people are, well, not people, I've read articles saying, like, oh, minor leaguers get screwed, they don't make enough money. They made six figures. Like, I know they, like, crap hotels or motels, and they probably drive more than they fly. They make good money still. Like, they're playing professional hockey for a living, and they made six figures.
yeah,
What are you...
I don't
At
think it's
18 too. It's not like
Well,
they're
not all of them.
no.
but-
A lot of AHLers are old.
Oh,
and
that's-
are
I'm
leaving
just
the
talking about
NHL.
AHL in general.
I
not
went baseball for a second. I was thinking baseball minors.
Well, even still baseball. Like, I think there was actually a baseball. I think this might have even been a baseball article now that I'm thinking about it. But
Really?
like, even just minor leagues in general. Like, what minor league do they make? Basketball, maybe. I guess. I don't know.
Is there a minor league
Well,
basketball?
D-League is
Summer league.
And now they're starting to get paid.
Are they?
Like it's a newer.
But like, I know baseball. They have minor leagues. Hockey, they do. I don't know. If football does.
I don't think so.
I don't think they do.
No. They have a practice
They
squad.
have the CFL.
I mean, they just have a 100-man roster, so whatever.
Right. There's 400 guys in their
you got a
team.
Canadian
So.
league.
Yeah. Or the XFL.
That's not yet.
Is it
back.
not? It's not
No.
back yet.
No. I don't know if it's gonna.
Or
actually
in
be a thing.
basketball, you go to the what's that new league?
Not the D League, the G League.
G
Is that what it is?
Yep.
For Gatorade.
Oh, is that what it's for?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Gatorade like sponsors it, I think.
Who made that league? It was someone like famous.
No, you're thinking of
I'm
3
thinking
on
something
3?
about-
you're
Yeah,
thinking of
Yeah.
threes.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Older players.
Who made that one?
Was
I
it
don't
like Allen
remember.
Iverson probably?
Allen Iverson's
No.
in it now. I know.
Oh, he's in it. Okay, whatever. I just quit side topic. I just, unless there's something I'm missing, I don't understand why people are like, oh, these minor leaguers, they make no money. It's like, shut up. They play professional sports for a living still,
Right?
and they made six figures. Like, fuck off.
Well, I know in baseball you don't make six figures unless you're like a prospect to make it to the pros.
Oh, really?
It-
No,
like
that-
just
that
a normal minor league player doesn't
So
make that
NHL
much.
actually
They're still
has-
making more than what we're making.
Yeah. Unless
Well-
you're in like single A or independent baseball or something.
I'm thinking. Well, I guess there are multiple levels of baseball. To be fair,
Yeah.
well, I guess when I think of minor league baseball, I'm thinking specifically AAA.
Oh, well then
But
yeah.
I mean, there are multiple levels. To be fair, you are right. So I guess hockey has like their minor league. Like the AHL is actually like a legit. Like at least they get paid decent money. Like compared to other sports.
Yeah. Well, you got the AHL, you got the ECHL,
Well, I mean, I'm
WHL.
No, I'm not- I
There's
don't
all
want-
these different.
there are multiple. I'm specifically thinking AHL.
Plus, you could go to Russia and make millions.
AHL. Yeah. I'm thinking AHL though. Anyways,
To get back to
Yeah.
the topic
I
at
don't know.
hand.
I
So
like the
they
sidetrack.
right after the game they interviewed Marchessault.
Yeah, that was a good interview. I like that interview.
It was a great fucking interview. He said
He checked all the marks, like all
I
the
got
boxes.
I have his exact quote. He said it's a fucking joke. It's embarrassing. That's what it is. It changed the entire outcome of the game and
Yeah.
the season.
They win or they don't.
Then he said the official's explanation was that it looked pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's
He's
it.
like, if it looked bad, then you clearly didn't see it.
Yeah.
He's like, probably
Right.
50% of face-offs, the player who loses the face-off gives a little cross-check to the player who wins. So call the cross-check. It's 2 minutes, and the game's 3-1.
Mhm.
And he's like, that call changes the whole outcome. It changes the whole future of us. Then, it's
It
the
goes
same
further, for
thing
sure.
he says the same thing as that football game with the Saints. It changes the whole outcome. The refs just got involved in the game, and now our summer starts. Now 5 fucking months until game 1.
I mean, I feel for him.
That wasn't the whole quote. I think you missed some of the. It didn't have some of the beginning, but he did, to be fair, say like, I hope Pavelski's okay. Like he.
Oh yeah, that was the first thing he said was I hope Pavelski's okay.
And he did say like, good on San Jose did capitalize, which good for them. That's like he didn't just say like, oh well, unfortunately got the penalty pretty much, like it was a fucked up penalty, but San Jose did take advantage, so good on them.
I think he said something about
something like that,
like the fact that they can't review that.
He was saying they
ridiculous.
should review it, but I don't. We're reviewing penalties now.
Majors, I can see that.
I don't know. People already dislike the review for offsides.
I don't
really. I mean, the game's so fast that little slowdown doesn't really bother me.
No, that's not.
If it's the only time kind of offsides that bothers me is when it's like, oh, I don't know. Is that?
I feel like
even when you're slowing it down with the best camera angle, it's like, oh, is it offsides? I still can't even tell.
It's
like, why are we really reviewing this?
The only thing I think is ridiculous about the offsides reviews is you could score a goal and you could have been in the zone for 5 minutes, and if you enter the zone offsides, 5 minutes later score a goal.
Like, we have to think about...
Like, there should be, like, a minute limit or something. Like, have some kind of possession limit on
You also have to think about why...
Because that offsides did not lead to a goal. The offsides did not change the outcome of the play at all.
You also have to think about why this rule turned into a rule. Why this was reviewable. The reason why this
fucking Duchesne.
is because of the Duchesne rule. This is the Duchesne rule. It is.
Yeah.
That's why, because the officials
he was a
so
mile
bad
offside.
that game. He was, 10 feet in the zone?
He was behind the goalie.
No.
He was basically behind the goalie when he got the puck.
At that point, he fucking might as well have been. Jesus, but...
No, but he was at least, 3 strides in.
Oh, yeah, he was, good,
he had to have
5 to 10 feet
reaching
in there.
the circle.
He was 5 to 10
circles.
feet in there, 100%.
Yeah.
It wasn't close by any means. But that's what I'm saying. The only reviews that I hear is when they're really I don't know, he might have been offside by an
was
inch.
his foot on the ice or was it not on the ice?
Yeah, it's just seriously, you're reviewing this?
It shouldn't matter if his foot was on the ice.
It's a matter of, he was offside or he wasn't offside. There should be a time limit to review that.
Like I said, it should be. Did he go offside and score within the next 40 seconds or something like that?
I agree with that. I'm talking about time limit. It should be all right. Refs,
you should have the ref should have a time.
The ref should have that way. It's
hey,
he was offside.
You have 2 minutes to review this penalty.
I'm saying a minute, and that way it would speed it up a little bit more. You have a minute, figure it out. It should be that obvious.
Yeah.
If it's that close, guess what?
If you can't figure it out within a minute, then
you go with the call on the ice.
Yeah.
It's just
I agree with that. I like that.
And then goaltender, I'm fine with the goaltender interference though.
You're never gonna perfect it.
No, it's already so inconsistent.
Just leave it what it is.
Which has been a trend in the playoffs. There have been a lot of questionable goaltender interference calls and no calls.
What was the no call against Toronto when Toronto scored?
Yeah, that was wasn't that game 3 or 4?
I want to say it was 4.
Austin Matthews scored. I think it was a game-winning goal.
Yeah,
ended up being. I don't think it was overtime though.
I thought it was goaltender interference, but they didn't call it.
If I remember correctly, it wasn't much, but I could definitely see it go either way. I think we talked about this last week actually.
Probably.
It was one of those. It could have went either way, but it's I definitely think it should have been. But it's not that crazy at the same time, though. Damn. But
goalie interference doesn't bother me too much.
But what were we what series were we talking about? I mean,
San Jose.
Vegas.
We're in Vegas, San Jose right now.
Do you think because of that little interview and the outrage about that call, do you think they get more strict about face-offs, like cross-checking the face-off? Is that something they pay attention to? Kind of like the Duchesne rule?
I mean, I think they should just start calling it every time. During the regular season.
Cross-check.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
The only reason why players do it is because it doesn't get called.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Just call it.
But now, like you said, though, is a weird time to start calling. Now you're
not right now, but
it.
Call it next season.
That's what I'm saying. Start calling. But if people don't do it in the regular season and start doing the playoffs, then you have to start doing the playoffs too.
Right.
But that's like Jason said, that's the reason why people do this, because they know they can.
Yeah, so they're gonna start paying attention to that now because someone got hurt.
It's the same thing. I hate putting more restrictions on face-offs because they already crack down on face-offs
There
as it
are
is.
so many rules in face-offs.
So,
It's insane.
but it's the same thing as like how many times does every player get kicked out this season because they crack down on the face-off
To be
rules?
fair, I think it happens to like Taze more than anyone else, so I think we're just more aware of it as Blackhawks fans, because I swear Taze is the one who gets kicked out the most out of the entire league. It's insane.
But yeah, the reason why they're cheating like that though is because they've been able to for the last how many years? Like, unless you're calling the penalties, they're not gonna follow.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna police themselves in that way.
Oh, feels so good to stand up. But yeah,
But anyways, Martin Jones wasn't as terrible as
he had a good
usual.
I mean, that was one of his few. He had a, was it the previous
It was
game?
a few games. It was
I
three in
think
a
it was
row
the previous
where he
game
did,
he did really
solid.
well, yeah. I don't expect him to keep it up long enough for the Winter Cup, though. But maybe not. I
You
don't
never know with this
I got
team.
2 guesses right, so, or 2,
Did you
rounds
pick
right.
him in the next round?
I didn't do it. Fuck
Them
that.
versus Colorado?
Would I or did I? 'Cause
Did
I
you?
didn't. No, I didn't do a second bracket.
Wow.
I-
Would you then?
I don't know, honestly. Colorado, like, they could definitely. I don't think San Jose is that good of a team. Like, after being there when it was like San Jose is like. I don't know. I just don't trust Jones. I like Jones too. I liked him a lot. I just don't trust him this year, especially this year.
I didn't pick San Jose, but that's more just because I hope they lose. And I really like Colorado's my favorite team left in the playoffs, I think.
I like Carolina. I like Carolina a lot.
I like Carolina too, but I'd still pick Colorado over them.
Oh, I don't. Yeah. Anyways,
Well, the other games, or one of the other game sevens,
watch.
Toronto choked again.
Oh, Toronto. I keep forgetting. Yeah.
Apparently, Tavares
What
did
was-
not solve their defense problems.
Oh, because they put him on the penalty kill.
No, I mean like
That
they
was one
needed
of the
defense. That last season we said, oh, this team's good. They could use some defensemen, and they went out and spent 10.5 mil on Tavares.
That was one of the things they're like, oh, we're gonna play Tavares on the penalty kill, and that'll solve our problems. Because I guess he doesn't play on the penalty kill in Toronto. Even though the Islanders, I think exclusively, well, not exclusively, they used him on pretty much. If he can be on the ice, they threw him out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that works.
You're gonna make that 10 mil.
Well, he
Coons
wasn't
opened
making
the beer.
what?
I said I could tell Coons opened the beer.
Why?
The way,
Oh,
like,
because
case
it looks like I
open.
chewed it open. There was like a little plastic piece on the handle that was really difficult to get past.
On the handle.
You, like,
Why are you
tape
even
the
at the
case?
handle?
It's
Yeah,
easier
why
to
are you at
rip.
the handle.
You
You just
open it
rip
from
the
that,
handle?
just go like
No,
that. You go to the edge and do.
Yeah, where it's glued shut.
Or, anyways, Subban. No, we're way past that.
Did we even talk about that? No, we didn't.
I mean, we mentioned it a little bit.
No, I don't care. I'm not doing bad.
No, me neither. Toronto, Boston, my least favorite series.
Least
that was
favorite
probably
series?
I
that's
hated
one-
both
that was
teams. I don't
probably
like either team.
The most
Really?
entertaining series, honestly.
I didn't say it
I
was
don't
like.
think it was the most entertaining.
No? What was them? Oh, Vegas, maybe?
Vegas or honestly Carolina coming back.
Yeah, I was
That
gonna
pretty
say.
cool, yeah. That
No, I mean the most entertaining had to have been Columbus.
entertaining or surprising? That's two different
Yes.
things. Anyways, Toronto lost. I don't remember the game 7, honestly. It's been so, like, all the games ended, like, what, Monday, Tuesday, the day or two
Right after we recorded
Yeah.
the last episode. Yeah.
So I'm all, like, round 2 is a game or two in now. So it's like, I'm thinking round 2. Oh, my God, round 2.
it's flying. It's flying by.
Yeah, it really is. It's almost over. When's the draft?
But yeah, the fact that Toronto could blow it again.
Didn't they, like, decisively win, too? Like,
It was 5-1.
Yeah, right?
I mean, there were 2 empty netters, but still, it was
Yeah.
3-1.
It was 3-1 at one point. No empty netters. No surprise there. I think it was tied 1-1 at one point, wasn't it? That was about it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, what does Toronto do? And from now, like at this point, like what do they do in the off season?
Fire Babcock because he's overrated.
You think that solves everything though?
No, but if they fire Dubas, I'll laugh who needs a GM when the Flyers mistakenly fired Kyle Dubas? I mean, Edmonton. If he wants a challenge and he wants to piss off Toronto fans.
If Toronto fired Dubas, Ottawa would have a GM opening.
I mean, almost any team would. Probably half the teams.
Yeah, it's probably 50-50.
Honestly, I would hope the Hawks would. I'm not saying Bowman's that bad, but for Dubas, I'll take my chances.
I don't know. Dubas has only been in power for one season, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, but I liked how I liked they went for Tavares and did it. I liked the aggressiveness.
They didn't need Tavares though.
Doesn't hurt to have a Tavares.
They got no farther than they got last season.
I think they need to fire Babcock, and
I do think they need to fire Babcock. But who do you? Oh, they have their AHL coach.
Okay, do that.
Is really freaking good.
Do that.
So I think that they need to do that this season.
I don't even want to go down the Babcock route. Honestly, I really don't. I just not.
Babcock goes to Edmonton.
Sure.
No, he goes back to Detroit.
I don't care. Oh, I don't think we ever talked about what's his face being.
I think we did. I brought it up.
I guarantee you're not thinking what I'm thinking.
Detroit? Are we talking about Detroit?
No.
Oh no, we're talking about Hitchcock
leaving,
or not Hitchcock. McClellan leaving Edmonton and going to LA.
No. McClellan hasn't been in Edmonton for a while. Hitchcock's in Edmonton.
Not anymore.
Did they fire him or did he quit finally? Do they have a coach?
They don't have a coach.
Are they coachless right now?
Yeah.
No, I was thinking of what's his face in Minnesota. I can't think of his name. Was it Boudreaux? Is he in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Because remember, I don't know if it was towards the end of the year, but he's like, yeah,
he's
he's
going to get
he's
fired.
pretty much like, who was he talking about too? One of the players, I don't remember.
Oh, they made a trade for was it Rask?
No, it wasn't Rask. I mean, they have Rask, but it was someone else.
Who did they trade Granlund
Was it the
for?
Nashville guy? Yeah, right.
Who'd they get from Nashville?
I don't remember. I think it might. Oh no, it was it the Boston guy that they got? DeBrusque?
Oh, it was DeBrusque. Yep.
He's
it's not DeBrusque.
Donato.
Donato.
I get those two mixed up every time. He's
like, DeBrusque was in the playoffs. It's not DeBrusque.
He's going to be a great player. I won't be here to see it though next year. It's pretty much what he says. Like, oh, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, like I wish I could coach him for longer.
They signed him to another year. It's like, oh, you were wrong by your own fate. I just thought that was funny. But playoffs, what? I don't really have anything else for Boston, Toronto. I'm happy Boston won, Toronto lost. That's about it.
So how many games does it take for Boston to beat Columbus now?
I'm gonna go 5.
They're 1-1 right now.
They won yesterday, Columbus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with 5.
I think both games went to overtime. I want to say.
Yeah, they did.
Really?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, still sticking with
Panarin
5
scored.
I'm
there.
gonna stick with 5.
Panarin scored twice yesterday, and then who capped it off? Duchesne in overtime.
Duchesne, man.
Yeah. Panarin's having a good playoffs too.
Yeah, Panarin's doing really well in the playoffs.
Bob. I don't
Bob
know.
finally
I'm
is
too
performing in the
scared to
playoffs.
pick a number for that.
I know. I've been wrong about everything
Honestly,
anyways, so no
I think
pressure.
it'd probably go 7.
I was just saying, I'm just gonna throw a 7.
I
out
honestly,
there.
I think every series goes 6 or 7.
I hope they
every
do.
second round series, I think it goes at least 6.
Yeah, even the St. Louis.
Oh no! You know what?
No.
No.
Now that we're talking about, before you change the subject, I told this to Jason saw it, but he didn't see anything afterwards. So in I don't know if it was the first Boston game or the second one for the second round, but there's a face-off going on.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Marchand is on the ice, so something crazy's gonna happen. Right when the puck is dropped, he lifts his skate up and steps on Atkinson's stick. Oh, jeez.
Like that.
Yeah. He lifts his skate up and steps on Atkinson's stick.
The blade of his stick.
The blade of his stick, and it doesn't
made a
break
crack
off
in it,
immediately,
yeah.
but it might as well have. And for some reason, they blew the whistle anyways. It's for dead puck or whatever.
It was the face-off was.
Yeah, it was something like that.
It was a bad face-off.
So, and then Atkinson goes and shows the ref, and you can tell he's pissed. Like, swings his stick, and then you can tell it's like, oh yeah, that stick's broke.
Yeah, like the blade was still intact, and he like whipped his stick once, and it just
broke.
snapped
It broke.
off.
That's
But
fun.
Like the only thing holding it was the tape.
It's a Marchand move.
But then after the game, they asked Marchand about it, and Marchand said, I think he was trying to dull my blade there, send me to the room, get it sharpened. It's kind of rude of him to do. That's hilarious. I love it.
Marchand's hilarious.
Like, that was such a dick move. And
Finally, the first Marchand thing that happened in the playoffs.
Right?
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, he waited
And
till now.
I don't know if it was reporters, but they were talking to Atkinson too. He's like, he owes me $300, and I want it cash. He owes. I don't want the team to pay. I want him to pay me $300 for that stick. Like, he's all pissed about it. It's like, dude, you're a fucking millionaire. Shut up. Like, I don't get me wrong, douche move. I agree with you. But really though, you're gonna ask for $300 from a millionaire when you yourself is a millionaire or are a millionaire? Is a millionaire?
I mean, that can be annoying though. It's like when you borrow $1 from your friend and ask for it. It's like, dude, I don't have $1 on me right now.
$300 to $1.
Well, yeah, they make millions of dollars. We make not millions of dollars.
I'm just saying.
Millionaires, $100 might as well be dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's
It's just annoying.
what you're comparing it to.
Dollars are cents, and
Stupid.
but the last series was Carolina
Washington.
coming back and beating Washington.
Man, I love it.
Was it?
I love it.
Was it Game 6 or Game 5 where
Ovi
got the
pissed off.
interference call? I don't know if it was Ovi who actually interfered.
6, I believe.
That was hilarious.
It wasn't interference.
No, it was goalie interference.
Oh.
Yes, I don't know if it was Ovi who got it.
No.
But someone
Ovi
got called.
score. It was okay. It was Game 6. Score was 1-1.
I think.
Nothing.
Was it-
It was either 1-1 or 1-0. I'm not sure. It went into overtime,
Did it?
so it's probably 1-1.
But Carolina wins that game.
Right, in overtime. But it was probably 1-1. Ovi scores, but the goal got called off for interference. Goalie interference.
What game was it? Game 6?
I believe it was Game
5.
6.
Game 6, Carolina won 5-2.
Empty netters, though.
It must have been game. Well, you said it went into overtime though.
I thought it did, but I could be wrong.
But Washington was winning 1-0, and then they were tied.
No, because
1-1.
Washington won Game 4 or Game 5.
Yeah, 6-0.
So yeah, it had to be
been
It was Game 6, but it clearly it just didn't go to overtime.
Yeah, we don't know exactly how it happened.
It was 1-1, or it was 2-1, and Ovi scored to tie it up, but they called it off.
That's not right either, because Washington
They
was
called
winning
it
2-1. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't. That score doesn't matter. I don't even remember. Someone was winning, someone was not winning. Someone interfered with a goalie. I think it was Ovi who scored. They called it goaltender interference. Ovechkin was pissed. That was really it. And everyone, it was obviously goaltender interference, and all the fans, it seemed Washington fans were pissed that the refs fucked up the call and it should have been a good goal, but it was obviously goaltender interference. That was the only thing.
So it wasn't a fuck up like the cross check.
it was
an
completely
actual.
obvious that it was goaltender.
Ovi was just frustrated. And
Ovi ended up getting kicked out of the game later because I think it was they got called for slashing or high stick, and he mocked the refs, and they kicked him out. But at that point, I'm pretty sure they already lost the game. But fans were freaking out because they were thinking it was a good goal and that the refs were fucking terrible, and they were saying the refs are blind, blah blah blah. But it's obviously goaltender interference. Was all that it was. It was just funny. And then they were saying that they just handed Carolina the series, but it's like, well, or you could have just beat Carolina in one of the other 3 games that you lost, or just win Game 7. Like, I know it's not that easy, but if you're gonna get stuck up on one call, like, hey, it could have been worse. You could have been Vegas winning 3-0 and being called for 5 minutes and then losing that Game 7. So, just complete nonsense.
yeah,
People being stupid, thinking they know everything.
I'm kind of glad that Washington lost. Like, I like Washington, but that was an upset I enjoyed. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I would only have wanted Washington to win if, like, it would be them versus Pittsburgh and they knocked Pittsburgh out.
Yeah.
Or
Like-
if it was like, or if Toronto won somehow and Washington had a chance to knock them out just because I know Washington was probably the better team.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. If Washington won, I kind of want them to go like all the way to the cup. Not win the cup maybe, but make it.
Only reason I didn't is because of Tom Wilson.
Oh, yeah. But I don't know. I like Holtby. I like Ovi.
I only like Ovi and Backstrom, honestly.
And Backstrom, yeah. I always end up drafting Backstrom.
Hmm.
Not this year, but usually.
You didn't 1 out of the 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
nice.
I probably would have if I didn't go like McKinnon and Tavares 1-2.
I think you had another center that was really good too.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Where'd you end up?
In the playoffs, in the money actually. Didn't I get first in the season?
Maybe.
Did you ever get money for that?
We're working on it. Sometimes. It's not gone forgotten.
That's funny. Do we want to talk about like the next round matchups?
I think it's already 2 games in. It's not really talking about even next round. It's talking about current round matchups.
Right.
I honestly haven't seen much, so I have nothing to comment on it.
Well, Carolina has a 2-0 lead on the Islanders right now. Because they won today, right?
They did win. They won
Yep.
2-1.
But
No,
that's
it's 2. Did they play 3 games? No, they.
No, it's just 2.
Oh, it's St. Louis that's tied 1-1 with Dallas.
would that be an upset if
No.
No.
the Islanders lost?
I mean, in the
Theoretically,
in the sense
technically,
that
I guess,
Islanders are a
yes.
higher seed, yes, but I would pick Carolina over the
Islanders.
But now,
Their goalie's hurt.
yeah, Mrazek got hurt
I don't know what happened to him.
this game. They still hung on and won,
Mm-hmm.
but Mrazek Mrazek's like carried him through the first round.
I don't know
Yeah.
about carried.
Who's their backup?
McElhinney.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Still nothing, no updates.
Not that I saw. I didn't Google or I just quickly looked. But yeah, I mean they got a decent 2-0 lead, obviously, but doesn't really mean that much. San Jose was winning last I saw, and they won game 1. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, San Jose kicked Colorado's ass in game 1, 5-2, I think. I'd be disappointed if Colorado lost to San Jose.
I think San Jose can handle them. I think
they
can
can too,
shut
but I
down
don't want
that.
them to.
I know. I do like San Jose, so I'm kind of
Still
in
way more
disagreement,
nothing.
but I think they can shut down that first line.
If it wasn't for that penalty, I'd be on the San Jose, on board with San Jose.
Oh, so
but
now you
that
can't
just
root for 'em?
really pissed me off.
I mean, Pavelski didn't play. I don't think he's playing today either.
I mean, he shouldn't play all season.
Yeah, he should
if
be.
he-
This is his last. Technically, he's not. This is his last year of his contract.
Right. Well, if he had that big head injury, it should be he shouldn't play again.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that would suck. I like Pavelski.
I like Pavelski a lot. He's one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
He'll resign.
Probably. They'll do with Thornton. Like $4 million, 2 years.
Then St. Louis and Dallas are tied 1-1.
I don't really care about the series except for the fact I hope St. Louis loses.
Yeah, I don't like Dallas, but I hope they beat St. Louis.
Yeah. It's the same as the Nashville-Dallas.
Like whoever wins this series, I just don't think they have a chance in the next
I agree.
round.
I mean, really? What if the Colorado wins?
If Colorado can beat San Jose, I feel like Colorado can beat anyone.
No, I feel like Dallas. I feel like if San Jose loses, I think. I mean, this is definitely San Jose's conference to lose now. They beat Vegas, which was their biggest threat.
San Jose
Calgary
and Boston are the
lost.
2 favorites right now, for sure. In the conferences.
Not if you look at odds and whatnot. Columbus is up there.
That's just betting. That's
Just
gambling.
saying.
That's people betting
Just
on the team
saying.
that beat Tampa Bay. That's all that is. Boston should beat Columbus pretty easily. Boston's a team that's been there recently.
I mean, Tampa Bay's been there recently, 2015.
I'm just saying, like, this Boston team's won it before. They've been in the playoffs multiple years. They finished second in the conference. Like,
I'm just saying the only thing Tampa Bay hasn't done that Boston has done is win in the last 10 years. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not trying to compare them to Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa Bay choked.
I know.
Big time.
I'm just saying that's
Boston's
the reason
not going to do that.
I know you're not. I'm specifically comparing them because they both have faced or are facing Columbus. That's all.
Columbus is going to have a lot harder time playing against Boston. They play the same style of game.
1-1.
Exactly. Both overtime games. They play the same style of game, so it's going to be a lot harder for Columbus to... It's going to depend on goaltending, honestly.
Which...
If Bob can keep it up, then they have a good chance. But Rask usually does good in the playoffs.
How's this is a little off topic. Bishop, how's Bishop been in the playoffs?
He's been hit and miss.
Really? Because
He's had a couple bad games, but he's been solid.
but he was solid during the season, and now
he was really good during the season.
that's why I was curious. I paid zero attention to that matchup.
Yeah, there have been a few games where he sucked, but there have been plenty of games where he dominated. Like Binnington outplayed him in game 1.
Really?
Oh yeah, and then game 2 he held his own and they won.
Oh, never mind. I'm being dumb.
I don't know. I think my winners for this round are I'm hoping for Colorado, but I'm not very confident. That's like my least confident pick.
Well, you want me to make the picks first, and then you can pick what I don't pick, and then that'll be right. Because I got them all wrong, except for 2.
San Jose, Dallas, Boston, Carolina, done.
No, I think Colorado. Like both of my fucking Western Conference picks are just hoping that they beat the other team. It's not really like, oh, this team's definitely going to win. It's like, I really fucking hope this team doesn't win.
I mean, that's how you got to do it. That's how I didn't do it, and that's why I got...
So I'm hoping Colorado and Dallas can pull it off. And then in the Eastern Conference, I hope... I think I picked Columbus. And in my second chance bracket, I picked Columbus. And then Carolina. I think Carolina should easily win this one if Mrazek comes back and plays.
I mean, even if he doesn't, they got the 2-0 lead at least. They got a little bit of attrition. They just need to win best of 5 now. No, that's round.
Vegas had a 3-1 lead, though.
Best of 5.
Nope, there's 5 more games if you want to say that.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
It's not best of 5.
That's what you meant.
Oh no, I'm being dumb right now.
I agree with what you said, except for San Jose. I have San Jose beating him.
Oh, did you go Columbus or Boston?
Columbus.
I don't think so.
In my original bracket, I have
anymore,
Boston
honestly.
making it to the Stanley Cup, but losing to Winnipeg. So that's all.
I said I liked a lot of people on Columbus. The only reason I hope Columbus loses is because now everyone thinks Columbus is this great team that picked apart and destroyed Tampa Bay, which they played well, but it was more. I think it was. It could have not been, but Tampa Bay definitely helped in their own defeat.
It doesn't mean Columbus has to lose this round, though.
But I kind of hope they do, just to be like, see, they're not this amazing team that could have done amazing during the regular season and whatnot.
Maybe they are this amazing team that could have done great in the regular season.
We'll never know because they're going to lose these players in a month. So, good luck with that.
Maybe it just took time for them to gel.
Good luck with that. Half that team will be gone in a month.
True. I'd love to see them win it and then just all disband. They all leave
That would be
anyways.
so weird.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be very weird. What?
Seth Jones and Rowinski request trades. They literally have no one.
I mean,
Torts goes to Toronto.
who cares? I don't know.
Who
Who
cares?
cares about that one? God, I hope Torts goes to Toronto just to screw Toronto over.
How about of the teams left? Who's your Stanley Cup pick? Like legitimate, who do you think is going to win? Not who do you want to win?
I gotta go with San Jose. If they're gonna keep getting those calls.
Well, those refs aren't in the second round, so
That's fair. Or the winner of Boston. So half the teams are still up there.
see, I was dead set on Carolina, but now that I see, it depends on what Mrazek's injury is.
I'm leaning towards Boston. I want to say Carolina, but I can't. I also kind of want to say Columbus too, but I also can't. I think it's going to be an Eastern Conference team if that helps. I don't think the West has a chance.
Which sucks. That'd be what, year 4 in a row? Who won before Pittsburgh? Us. So yeah, that'd be the fourth year in a row.
2016, 2017, 20. Oh yeah, Pittsburgh, Washington,
Mm-hmm.
and then this year. So
So
but before that, who won in 20? Yeah, in 2013, 2012. Yeah, who was 20? Oh, but who? When did? Oh, 2011 was Boston. So it went West, East, West, 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 West. So what? West got 4 in a row. Because of LA and the Hawks. I mean, that's all it was. It was literally 2012 was LA, 2013 was the Hawks, 2014 was LA, 2015 was the Hawks. And now look at them. Worth it. Ask any Hawk or LA fan. That's a good question. Who comes close to contention first, Hawks or LA?
Oh,
Hawks.
Is
Easy.
that right?
Yeah.
I don't know LA's
It's
farm
not
or
even
anything.
it's not even a debate.
Yeah,
It's the Hawks.
I think it is too. Luckily.
LA, like their team, just it's old. They're late on the rebuilding train there,
Yeah.
and they got screwed in the draft lottery this year, so that's not helping them either.
They moved down.
They moved down 2 spots. They were one of 2 teams that moved down 2 spots.
Ouch. That sucks.
Who do you have the Hawks picking then in the first round?
I don't know. I don't know.
it's almost impossible to tell.
I think they go with the defenseman. I think they go Byram.
Do you? Another defenseman?
Yeah, then they would trade one of their other
And then
one or
they
two.
would trade
Possibly
another-
2. Hopefully not.
Well, they would trade one of the other kids and Gustafson.
For what? That should bring
A
something.
team that needs defense and has offense.
That should bring something pretty decent in.
Who needs defense and has offense?
Toronto?
Toronto.
Oh, I thought you were Edmonton. Like, what are you doing for McDavid now?
For Gustafson?
I mean, Justice.
No, there's no one on Edmonton reasonable that
and the
I
first
would
round.
want.
What do you mean? There's no? Oh, on Toronto.
Reasonable on Edmonton. Reasonable that I would.
Oh
I would
no,
want
I'm just
on my
saying.
team.
Well, I was just joking. I'm like, if you do Gustafson, Bodkist, and a first rounder, that's still probably not enough. But I mean, it's something
Gustafson, Bachquist, and the first for what?
for McDavid. It's not enough. I already said that. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're gonna need like 3 more firsts in there.
I'll 2 more first, but yeah.
Might be able to get someone from Dallas.
Do you want
Their
Ben?
Ben or
defense
Sagan.
isn't- Their defense isn't terrible, is it?
It's not great.
Who do you get there then? I don't know. It's hurting my head thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Calgary.
They need defense?
Wouldn't hurt.
They could upgrade the defense.
They need goalie more than
Giordano's
anything
not
now.
getting younger.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. I can't believe that year still. I can't believe I traded him to you.
Oh, that's one thing we could look at. All the nominees.
All of them?
Well, the ones that are released.
That's a lot of nominees.
I don't know where to go to find this though.
Who's your Hart finalists? All three of them.
My heart.
You don't know the answer, so who do you have as the Hart finalists? The MVP of their team for the year. Three of them. I want them now.
Jesus, MVP of their team?
Yes, most important player to their team.
Well, McDavid has to be one, even though they didn't make the playoffs.
Does he though?
Yeah.
You already pissed Jeff off.
Yes, you do. Yes, he does.
Why? Why would you pick McDavid over everyone else?
Where would they be without him?
Would Kane be one in your predictions?
It's the same exact
Yeah.
scenario.
Yeah. I mean,
you're going with-
realistically, no, but that would be
You're
my
going
choice.
with two people who
Didn't make the
teams didn't
playoffs?
Make the playoffs, even though historically, how many?
Well, look at the
Chase-
teams that made the playoffs.
I think it
Okay.
was 6.
What's the number of times this happened? Like not even
that got
one, but
nominated? I think
got
it was like
nominated.
6.
6 ever.
Okay, but
You're nominating 2 in the same year.
if you look at teams in the playoffs, they're complete teams.
I'm
So best player.
just saying, think about that.
I'm not
Since
saying I'm
ever.
right. You asked me who I think. I didn't. You didn't ask me who I think is gonna win.
So who's
Since
your
ever.
third guy?
Shit, hold on. I need 3.
He's not gonna pick the other guy. He's not gonna do it.
He's not going to pick the winner?
No, the obvious winner.
There's one person that is going to win it.
Oh, it's Kucherov.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nominees were Kucherov, Crosby, and McDavid. How Crosby snuck in there, I'm not
that's
sure.
I honestly don't know how he did this year. I paid 0 attention to Boston because they're my.
Well, I think he broke 100, didn't he?
He
Did he?
got 100, yeah,
I just
but
said I think he broke 100.
so did Marchand.
I'm not,
His team's in
I'm
the
not
playoffs.
giving him that much credit. I'm just saying I think he broke 100. He had a good year. And they got swept, so congrats.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't. For Crosby, that's not an MVP season.
Like, McDavid got it this year, but what about last year? Who were the finals last year? Because he wasn't.
It's 1-1 right now. Habs Sharks.
Pretty sure he was in the finals last year.
Who?
McDavid.
I think he might have been.
Because they didn't make the playoffs last year, if I remember correctly. He was.
Okay, so McDavid, yeah, he had 116 points, second most in the league. Draisaitl had 105 points, fourth most in the league. That should take all the votes away from
Last
McDavid.
year, Taylor Hall, Kopitar, and McKinnon.
Kopitar got it for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
Kopitar was the crazy one last year.
But McDavid didn't. Didn't McDavid do something crazy last year, too?
McDavid, I think he led the league, didn't he? But yeah, I don't see how McDavid is listed in there. If
No, Taylor
Draisaitl-
Hall. Didn't Taylor Hall lead the league?
Possibly. I don't want to talk about Taylor Hall. He destroyed my fantasy season.
Oh, was it Kucherov last year? The fuck? Oh my god, go away.
No, just the fact that
Kucherov.
Kucherov led.
That might be for this year, though. Yeah, it's for this year. What the fuck?
Good one. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll do one more.
The fact that McDavid and Draisaitl are both top 4 in scoring, you can't give McDavid a nomination. Like, of all the years, this is not the year to give McDavid a nomination when they don't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know where his computer is.
I think it should have been
Poopy.
Kane, and I think it should have been Marchand.
His computer sucks.
And Kucherov, obviously.
I'm being really annoyed by this.
I think you have to be the biggest Marchand fan.
David led the lead last year with 108 points, and he didn't get it. You know where Kopitar was? 7th. Where did the teams end up in the standings last year?
With their wild card? Because they lost to Vegas in the first round.
Sure, then they were a wild card. I don't know. That sounds right, though. Actually,
Did they get swept by Vegas in the first
I
round?
think they did. Oh, didn't Vegas win 8? Didn't they sweep the first 2? Right? No, I don't know.
Maybe
I'm not talking about it.
no. I think one of the teams won a game against them.
They dominated.
It was
I remember
4
them,
games, then 5
their
games,
first,
or 5 games.
Pretty
and
much
4
they
games,
they just dominated the Western Conference. It's insane. And then they got dominated in the finals. So depressing. Yeah, I don't know how that made sense. How McDavid's not a finalist last year, but who did I say was McKinnon?
McKinnon, Hall, and Kopitar.
97 points. I mean, that's good. Taylor Hall, though. That was he carried
his team to the playoffs. Yep.
And McDavid's team didn't. You take out Kopitar and put. Either take out Kopitar or McKinnon. You take out one of those two and put McDavid in. If you're going to do that this year, what's the difference?
You take out Kopitar.
I don't understand. I feel like McKinnon's the same. I don't know. It baffles me. I don't understand. It makes no sense.
I don't know. I feel like this season you could have taken out Crosby and put a ton of other players.
You could have. Whatever. Was there another one that was released recently that you wanted to mention? Before I lose my shit even more.
I have to find it real quick.
Has McDavid? Oh, McDavid did win it the 1 year, right? He broke 100.
Yeah.
He was the only one.
Yeah, he won one.
That is no. It was
the Calder race. Do you know who's in there for the Calder?
No, it's going to be probably Heiskanen got in there. But obviously Pettersson won it. Got into the finals.
Heiskanen's not in there.
No, wow. That's something.
Yep. Heiskanen's the one left out.
Jesus.
Binnington came and pulled Crosby.
Did he pull it in? Wow. Who was the second best prospect
Dahlin.
in the league? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did he have a good season?
I feel like he had a really solid season.
This is just because Buffalo was that bad. That's why I didn't really see anything.
It was just quiet. It wasn't like a historical season.
Dahlin got in though, and
Heiskanen didn't.
Heiskanen didn't. Wow.
If anything, Heiskanen and Dahlin are
Heiskanen only
1A
had
or 2A, 2B.
Heiskanen had a bad month or two, but
the fact that Binnington got a nomination, I think, is insane. You can't play half a season and get the fucking
clearly
trophy.
You can.
That's stupid.
To be fair, he's not going to get it.
No, there's zero chance he gets it.
Even if Heiskanen was a finalist,
it's Pettersson's to lose, for sure.
Yeah. Was there another one? That one's...
the Jack Adams was released. Coach of the Year.
Trotz,
or the finalist.
Trotz won already, but John Cooper, Trotz, and who is your third? It's obvious. I just can't think of it.
Who's coach for Calgary?
No.
It's not Calgary.
It's obvious. I just can't.
It is very obvious.
Cooper, Trotz.
Cooper's Tampa Bay.
Trotz
is Islanders.
Was it St. Louis? Did he get it?
It's Berube.
Yeah, wow.
St. Louis.
That's actually some serious competition for that one.
That one I could see the coach getting it. It's like I could see St. Louis getting it.
Yeah.
Why is that?
So didn't he get named the coach in the middle of the season?
Yeah.
And then took him to the playoffs and won the first round?
They went from last place in January. Last place overall to get into the playoffs.
That's impressive.
Binnington was a big part of that.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm okay with Binnington being a finalist, but if he won it, that'd be absolutely crazy.
I just don't think it should be a finalist over those other players.
I'm fine with him being a finalist over Dahlin. I just think Heiskanen should be in there. That's all.
The Norris. It's basically one already.
It's Giordano, Riley, and whoever else isn't trying to win it.
Whoever else.
I don't know. Can't think of it off the top of my head.
Because you got one right.
One, really. Riley is not in there. That's insane.
Riley's not in the Norris.
I was going to go the other way, the Giordano, for some reason.
Oh, no, Giordano won it.
But that goes...
Burns in it.
Yeah.
Burns.
Oh, my fucking God.
Burns is going to get it, probably.
Riley kind of fell off at the end of the year.
Yeah, I know. I traded for him.
It's Giordano, Burns...
Not Hedman. He
Hedman.
had a bad year. Oh.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Whoa, okay.
Yeah,
I
think,
like Hedman too. He's my favorite of all three of those. He's my favorite.
I think you could definitely take out Hedman, and you could probably take out Burns also.
He had a good year though.
And put in Riley and Ottawa. What's his fucking name?
CC? No.
No.
Shabbat.
Shabbat, yep. I think you could put Shabbat in there.
Maybe. I don't know if
It
you can put a player
doesn't
from
matter
the
because
worst team in the league,
Giordano's
though.
going to win.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
For half the year, it was Riley's award to lose, and he lost it.
Now the Vezina. Binnington's not in there. I'll start with that.
I saw this. I don't remember it, though.
So you can't win the Vezina in half a season, but you could win the rookie race.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Binnington is nominated, I'm surprised. When did Hart get called up? Was he called up that late?
Hart got hurt, though.
Yeah, he got hurt for like a month. Which
And Philly didn't make the playoffs.
true. But man, he kept him in there.
Philly's going to be great next season.
They will be.
If they sign one forward.
Vezina, huh? I mean, I see. Yeah, I know it. I can't answer. We had a conversation about this already.
Who do you think?
Honestly, don't even have a guess.
You should have one guess.
Of all the goalies, who do you think would
Win the...
just be nominated?
I'm blanking on
Goalie,
goalies.
do you think has the most wins in the league?
Probably a dude from Vegas.
What team had the most
Might
wins
be
in
the
the league?
yeah, might
Tampa
be
Bay.
the, might be the guy from the team that.
Dude, I'm
set the
blanking right
record
now.
for-
I can't think of it right now.
But yeah, it's Tampa Bay's.
Yeah,
goalie,
it's
Vasilevsky.
Vasilevsky. Then who are your other two?
I know Bishop's in there.
Bishop's in there.
I think Fleury got in there too.
Laner.
Oh, that's right. I always forget about Laner. Yeah.
You guys put so much pressure on me. I wanted to say Laner, and I said Bishop earlier. And then I actually have no idea what I'm talking about.
And then what did you say as your first one?
I said dude from Vegas. I didn't even say a name.
Jeez, yeah, Fleury was probably 4th or 5th in that vote.
I know Kane got nominated for something.
Lady Byng.
No, it's not Lady Byng. It's the one that the players vote on
Yeah, isn't
most
that the Lady
valuable.
Byng?
No, isn't the Lady Byng? I don't know. It might be.
Man,
I've
I've never heard of the Lady Being.
You know what? I think it is a Lady Byng. I think you're right.
I didn't know that.
Surprised me from you.
No, I'm just being honest. I don't know what
being
that is.
honest, too. It doesn't surprise me.
It's the player voted most valuable to their team
It's the Hart Trophy. It's that voted
by
on
the
by
players.
Most valuable player voted on by the players. That's all it is. I don't know the finals for that one. Honestly. I know Kane was. Yeah, I knew that. I just didn't know the other two. Kucherov, done. Number 3. I don't know.
Probably McDavid.
As he looks at it.
No, I'm looking it up.
I would hope it's not McDavid, but yeah. The players have a hard on for him.
Mm-hmm.
No, Lady Byng is the one I thought it was. Like the gentlemanly.
Oh, is it the Masterton then? No, the Masterton's a goalie thing, isn't it? What is it then?
Clancy?
No. Why are we being dumb?
Okay, the Lady Byng though is the gentlemanly player, and it's Barkov, Monahan, and O'Reilly.
Yeah, that's dumb.
No, that's the humanitarian award.
Ross, Selke,
King
Lady
Clancy's
Byng,
humanitarian.
Jack Adams, Richard, King Clancy, Ted Lindsay.
Ted Lindsay. Yep, that's it.
I just once I read, I'm like, I'll know when I read it.
Yeah, it's Kane, Kucherov, McDavid. Obviously, Kucherov's gonna get it.
We're done with this week's episode. Follow us on Twitter at Socially Hawkward, no A in the ward. Instagram, Socially Hawkward 19. Most active on Instagram. somewhat active on Twitter. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Most
Don't
active
bother
on Cap Friendly.
Don't. Yeah. Jason's. If you see Socially Awkward broadcast on Cat Friendly, that's one of us. I'll let you figure out who.
No teams
But
are safe.
yeah, we are
Note.
possibly trying to do more things besides this one podcast. We might figure that out soon. I don't know. We want to do more stuff. I want to do more stuff. We're gonna do more stuff. Edit that out. Anyways, well, I mean, we'll keep the two of you posted.
Okay, bye.
See ya.
Rude.